stronger, firmer body. Joining me for today's workout are Steve and Marsha. Hello, guys. Steve and I will be using these resistance tools, so if you have them, go grab them. If you don't, that's okay. You can still follow along with Marsha and still get your best body. Now, grab your magic circle and let's get moving. You guys ready? Let's start with our standing arm work series. So we're going to stand in our Pilates V, meaning our heels are together and our feet are open about 3 or 4 inches. And the magic circle goes out in front of you. Now, zip up your pants. Remember, belly button up and underneath your rib cage. And relax your fingers. Don't work the magic circle. So I really want the focus to be on these arm muscles right here. Those are your triceps. And, of course, your pecs right across your chest. Inhale, exhale, and squeeze. Inhale, and exhale, and squeeze. Inhale, and exhale, and squeeze. And of course, Marsha is creating her own resistance. Look at that. Inhale. So you can too if you don't have a magic circle. Again, inhale and exhale. Let's do about 3 more. Inhale and exhale. So my target number is 8. And exhale. But you can do as many as you can. And exhale. And if you can't do as many, then tomorrow's another day. All right, now I want you to take the magic circle behind you. Watch my shoulders as I bring them up, back, and down. Head in line with the spine. Lengthen. Inhale. Exhale and squeeze. Now we're working the upper back muscles and still your arm muscles and squeeze. Inhale. Exhale and squeeze. Again, inhale. We've got 5 more. Exhale and squeeze. See if you can lift the belly button to the spine on every exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. And exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Boy, this magic circle does make a difference, doesn't it? And now we're going to take the magic circle over our head, drop the shoulders down, and loosen up that neck a little bit. Zip up those pants. Inhale, exhale, and squeeze. Inhale. Now you may feel this in more of the front of the arms. Those are your biceps. Of course, the chest is still engaged. And squeeze. Inhale and exhale. Don't forget, belly button the spine the whole time. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, exhale, and squeeze. Last one. Inhale, and exhale, and squeeze. Very nice. Now we're going to move on to our 100. We're going to use the magic circle again. So we're going to try our little genie arms. We're going to squeeze the magic circle. We're going to take the right foot back. Inhale all the way down. Exhale on your buns as gracefully as you can. And we're going to put the magic circle between our ankles. Now, for my modifier, who is Marsha, she's going to keep the knees bent for my first timers, okay? And so you're going to be straight legs, squeeze the magic circle. We're going to keep our toes slightly turned out, hands by our side, and let's try our first 100. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the magic circle on the exhale. 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 Inhale. Exhale. Halfway there. Exhale. Two more. Last one. Exhale. Good. Now just bring the legs up to take the magic circle. Now I want you to close the legs and let them float down. And keep the magic circle in your hands and then lower your head down. Very nice. So squeeze the magic circle so you're engaging your pecs and your upper arm muscles. And we're going to lift the chin to the chest, peel up. Again, first timers, please follow along with Marsha, who's doing the roll up with her knees bent. Straighten those legs. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the magic circle and see if you can get every bone down as you roll down. And let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, rolling it down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and roll it down. So if you want a little bit more of advancement, inhale, up, exhale, reach the magic circle past those toes. Inhale, take the magic circle over your head and roll it down. Very nice. Now, put your magic circle away. Let's move into our rollover. Again, Marsha's doing the bent knee, down and leg rollover, while Steve and I are going to straighten our legs and inhale the legs over our head. Open the legs, roll it down, bone by bone by bone. And now close those legs. Inhale, open, exhale, roll it down. Let's do one more. And exhale. Now close the legs, go over with them open, inhale, exhale, roll it down. Let's do one more. Oh, we need one more, don't we? Yeah, we do. Here we go, one more over. And roll it down. And bring the knees to the chest and just rest for a second. Don't go away. We still have the best ab series coming up next with the magic circle. Leg is up. And small ball. Yes, it only weighs 3 pounds, but this little guy packs some intensity. Welcome back to Pilates from the Inside Out. Let's continue our Pilates Elite workout with the small ball. Yes, it only weighs 3 pounds, but this little guy packs some intensity. So let's try it with our climb a tree. And the right leg is up. And hold your ball right in your hand and lift up 1 and 2 and 3 and exhale. So you don't even have any arms now when you climb your tree. You're using the ball to get you up and exhale down. Again, inhale up and exhale down. Last one, inhale up and exhale down. I lied. We're going to do one more. Now don't forget that Marsha is behind me doing the modification. Now stay up and drop your ball. And I want you to sit nice and tall on top of your sit bones or your butt bones. And we're just going to stretch a little bit the muscles of the back of the legs. Those are the hamstrings. So just get your arms out to the side and just use your strength of your arms just to give you a little stretch. And now release. Good. Ankle rolls. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. That's it. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. All right, now walk down, grab your ball. Now, here's the real challenge. This is how I know if you're using your breath work correctly. If the ball falls out of your belly, well then you're not using your breath nor your belly. So I really want you to stabilize, keep that ball exactly where it is, and see if you can really sink the abs down towards the spine. Here we go. Inhale and exhale around. One more. And reverse it. One more. And scissor the legs without moving that ball. And climb your tree. Inhale up 1 and 2 and 3. Exhale down and 2 and 3. Inhale up 1. So here's a tip. Keep that bottom leg very flexed, and that'll help lower you down with grace and belly control. Inhale up 1 and 2 and 3. Exhale. Here's our last one. Inhale up, 1 and 2 and 3. Exhale and hold. Once again, ball in the belly. Don't let it roll. All right, here we go. Inhale, exhale around in 1, and exhale in 2, and exhale in 3, 4, and 5. Reverse it. Inhale and exhale, 1, and exhale, 2, and exhale, 3, 4. Last one. And 5. Now, both legs down, your heels in your Pilates V. Go ahead and take your ball, position it right over your nose, scoop out those abs, and roll yourself up. And exhale. Very nice. All right, let's pick up to the magic circle, slide your booty up to the top of the mat, and we're going to try a few rolling like a ball with our magic circle. So our legs are going to be open. Now Marsha's going to hold on to the back of her legs for the modification. We're all going to scoop those abs out, drop the shoulders, and let's give it a whirl. You ready, Steve? Here we go. Inhale back and exhale up. Inhale back and exhale up. Inhale back and exhale up. Let's do 2 more. And hold. Close those legs. Now you're going to keep the magic circle right where it is, and you're just going to roll back onto your back, and we're going to move right into our 5s. And the left leg will straighten, the right knee is in. Now curl up. Now again, Marsha's going to do the same exact exercise with her hands behind her head and the legs a little bit higher for you beginners out there. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Two more. Last one. Now pull both knees in. Now, both those legs go out and the magic circle goes over the head, but don't move your torso. And then exhale, bring the magic circle on top of the shins. Do it again. Inhale and exhale. Now make sure that belly sinks to the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now, going right into the scissors. So left leg goes up, right leg goes down, a little double pulse. Inhale, inhale, switch. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Both legs up. Lower those legs down. And exhale up for your double leg lift. Inhale down. And exhale up. Let's do 2 more. Inhale down and exhale up. 1 more. Inhale down, exhale up. Pull the knees in. Don't go away. We still got lots more Pilates when we come back. Back. Jim. This is part of our 5 series, working all those abdominal muscles. Now we're going to focus on the obliques. Marsha behind me is doing the modification. She's not going to move her legs very much. We just want you to get that rotation. Steve and I, on the other hand, are going to use the magic circle, and we're going to move that body. So here we go. Right knee in, and bring your magic circle to the right, Steve. There you go. Really good. Yes, that is a big twist. And now exhale the other way. Inhale. And exhale. So, reach for that $1,000. Reach and reach and really twist at the waist. And nice. And let's do 1 more. Finish it up and rest. Woo. That was nice, huh? How's that? All right, you can make a diamond with your legs and just kind of come up to a sitting position. We got a little stretch for you after all that hard belly work. It's called spine stretch. I want you to sit up nice and tall on top of your sit bones or your butt bones, sitting on hot rocks. And your magic circle goes out, and Marsha's just going to have her hands out to the side. The same exercise, right? It's exactly the same exercise, but she's just going to do it without the magic circle. So we're going to grow tall. Exhale, press the magic circle down, round that belly up. Inhale up, bone by bone by bone. Exhale. Inhale up, bone by bone by bone. Exhale. So the belly stretches the spine. Inhale up, last one. Exhale. And inhale up. All right, we need to drop the magic circle. We're going to move into our open leg rocker. Now remember, Marsha's behind me doing the open leg rocker. She's just going to move her legs, and Steve and I are going to do the real deal. So both of our legs come up and grab behind. There you go. You ready, Steve? And inhale back, and exhale up. Oops, sometimes you don't make it all the way up. You got to fight it. And let's all do it together. Here we go. Inhale back, and exhale up. Inhale back, and exhale up. Inhale back, and exhale up. Oops. Didn't make it that one, Steve. Hang on. I'm coming for you. And let's do one more. Inhale back, and exhale up. Good. Now close the legs, bend the knees, and roll back to your back. And we're going to do corkscrew. And I'm going to demonstrate on Steve what corkscrew should look like using our band. Okay? So Marsha's going to do the same thing, but she's not going to lift her hips. Steve and I are going to lift his hips together. All right, so I'm tying the band around his ankles to help him engage in his inner thighs. And, you know, Steve is a typical guy, a little tight in the back of the hamstrings here, so it's hard for him to get the legs up to that full 90 degrees. So I'm going to help him here. And just relax his feet just for a second. Good. So you ready, Steve? You use the back of your arms. However, because he is a guy, most of the times they're very strong in the upper torso. So watch when he lifts up his hips. They go really high. Inhale up. Look at that. Now, toes towards me. And exhale, roll it down. Good. And around. Inhale up. And exhale down. There you go. Inhale up. See if you can keep your head down now. And exhale around. There you go. Inhale up. And exhale around. Very nice. One more. Inhale up. And exhale around. And finish it up. Inhale up. And exhale around. Very nice. Did you feel that in your waist? That's a big waist exercise. Those obliques, those love handles, do that a couple of times a week and you'll get rid of them, I promise. All right, send those legs down. Now go ahead and roll up. There you go, to your saw. So Marsha, go ahead. Good, perfect, thank you. So the legs are about a little bit wider than your shoulders, not too much. And you're sitting up out of your hips. Again, Marsha's going to do the same exact exercise we are. Remember, the spine is nice and straight with the rod going through it, arms out to the side. Inhale up, exhale and twist. And one. Again, rotation, rotation, rotation. Inhale up and turn. So again, getting that waist work. Inhale up and turn. 1 and 2 and 3. Inhale up and turn. You got this? Okay. And let's all do another set. Good. Very nice, Marsha. 1 and 2 and 3. Inhale up and turn. 1 and 2 and 3. Let's do one more. I don't want to miss out on all the fun. 1 and 2 and 3. Inhale up and turn. 1 and 2 and 3. Inhale. Now close those legs. Now roll down bone by bone by bone. Bend those knees. And after all that hard work, let's pull our knees to our chest and just give ourselves a little stretch. So notice when my knees come to my chest, my back flattens. That's a back stretch right there. So I want you to feel that in your back. And now you can just drop your feet to the floor and just move your knees to the left and now to the right. So you want to move very cautiously, especially when you're stretching through the lower back. And don't go away. We've got a lot of moves for your upper core. I'm Karen Carter, and joining me are Steve and Marsha. Let's jump back into our Pilates with our swan. All right, so Marsha is going to do the modified swan, and I'm going to talk us through setting the hands up. So the hands will touch our shoulders, and we'll place our hands down. The elbows are close to our ribs. The legs are together, unless you're doing the modified version, and then you can open those legs a little bit. Pubic bone and your 2 hip bones are into the mat. We're going to inhale, do a couple of stretches here for the tummy. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. We'll do one more and exhale down. Now, please follow along with Marsha if this is your first time. Steve and I are going to take it away into our swan dive. You ready, Steve? All right, here we go. Inhale up and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and sit back and rest in a child's pose. Ooh, that feels good. Now, before you move into your sexy cat, grab your magic circle and your band, and we're going to use them for our next 2 exercises. So go ahead, sexy cat into the next move, single leg kick. We're all going to look the same, except for Marsha won't have a magic circle, but the movement is exactly the same. Squeeze your magic circle. Remember, your pubic bone and your 2 hip bones are anchored, and here we go. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, and hold. Now, we're going to move on to our double leg kick. Steve and I are going to use our band, and Marsha's just going to place her hands on top of her back, and we're all going to drop our cheek to the left. So we're going to get a little extra arm work in this double leg. Drop those elbows, inhale for nothing, and kick. 1, 2, 3. Inhale up, hold on to that band and stretch, and turn your cheek. 1, 2, 3. Inhale up and turn your cheek. 1, 2, 3. Inhale up and turn your cheek. 1, 2, 3. Inhale up, turn your cheek. One more. 2, 3. Inhale up, turn your cheek. 1, 2, 3. Inhale up and hold. And lower down. Very nice job. All right, don't throw away that band just yet. We're going to try our neck pull with the band. Steve and I are going to tie it tight around our ankles. Now, what the band does, obviously increases the resistance, but neck pull is interesting. Yes, it's a big fat belly exercise, but you're also, when done correctly, you've got your heels anchored into the mat, so your hamstrings and your outer and inner thighs get to work as well. So tie it tight, so you really can press down and engage those outer thighs and roll down bone by bone by bone. Marsha's going to do a bent knee neck pull with her hands on her thighs, okay? Steve and I are going to take our hands behind our head. We're going to use the band as resistance, so really engage those outer thighs. Inhale, lift, exhale. Ooh, makes it a lot harder, doesn't it, Steve? Inhale, up. Nice flat back. Exhale, rolling it down. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale of exertion. Ooh, we need it. Inhale. And exhale. So, It's always inhale for the inspiration, exhale for the exertion. Exhale. Inhale up. Nice flat back. Exhale and roll it down. Good. Untie yourself and then we'll just take a quick stretch after we do so. Knees to chest. Hey, don't go away. Our famous leg work is up next.
Finding a companion at this age, it's a gift. I just love where I'm at right now.
Now Marsha's doing the same or core strength. So on our back, we're going to go ahead and do a shoulder bridge. And we're going to put the magic circle between our thighs. And the reason is because we're going to work our inner thighs.
Yeah.
Now Marsha's doing the same exact move without the magic circle. She's just creating her own resistance. Peel the spine off of that. And let's do about 5 squeezes. And release. Feel those inner thighs engaged? Hey, you may even feel your gut working. I do. And 3 more. And 2. And 1. Very nice. Okay, let's roll it down. That was really just a warm-up and a tease. I'm such a tease. So let's go ahead and do the real work. We're going to put our bottom leg through the magic circle. We're going to put a top leg on top of the magic circle. And we're going to still be in our Pilates position. Rest your head all the way down. For beginners, you're doing this without the magic circle. If you don't have one, you can still do this. Steve and I are going to bring our head up to our elbows. And here we go. We're going to press down 1. And working those inner thighs. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Count it backwards with me. 5. And 4. And 3. This is where I feel it, right here. 2. And 1. Now, slight change in our feet. Parallel foot. Here we go. Down. 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. 5 more. 5. 4. So still working those inner thighs. 3. 2. And 1. All right, we're going to slip that top leg through the magic circle. Keep that parallel foot. And now we're going to push up like you're pushing through, well, thick mud. And we're working now the outer thighs. So we went from the inner thighs now to the outer thighs. Again, Marsha is doing the same exact thing without the magic circle. Let's do 5 more, Steve. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we want to turn our toes under, and we want to push up with our heel. So now we're doing hot potato. We're getting that little cheeky part of our booty. And here we go. Up 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, ooh, and 5, feel that, Steve, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, good. Now just drop your magic circle by your side. Now pick up your small ball, and we're going to do some lower back work. It's called hip extension, and you put the ball right between your ankles, right here, and you squeeze it. That means you're working your inner thighs. And on your belly you go. And cross your hands on top of one another. Just drop your head down and just lift the legs up at the same time. Now watch the straight leg. 3, 4, and 5. Now hold those legs up. Now we're going to bend the knees at this point. And this is froggy. This is the best butt exercise ever. And we're just going to slightly lift those knees off the ground. And you want to feel the booty working as the legs go up. Rest your head. And let's do 5 more. 5. Marsha, don't go away. We've got the other side to do. Work. Marsha behind me, she's doing these same exact exercises without the magic circle. She's working her own kind of magic. All right, so here we go, all the way down. We're going to be on our elbows. Marsha's going to be on her arm. Steve and I are going to put our bottom leg through the magic circle and our top leg on top of the magic circle. Toes are up. We're in our Pilates position. And we're just going to do about 10 squeezes. Here we go. 10, 9. Now, remember, we're working the inner thighs, but that doesn't mean you don't get any belly work. So every time you exhale, I want you to pull that navel to the spine the whole time. And let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now turn your toes to a parallel position, and we'll just go ahead and engage a little bit more inner thighs. So when we turn our feet up and down and around, it just targets different muscle groups on our legs. So that's all. I'm just very concerned about your legs. I want you to get them nice and toned and slim. And let's do 3 more. 2 and 1. Good. Now, take your leg, put it through the magic circle, and press up. And there's 10. And 9. Go into the outer thighs. 8. And 7. And 6. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now, gonna turn that toe down, and let's go for that hot potato. Here we go. Up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow, I really felt that. That is the ultimate butt trimmer, right? So that feels good. Okay, drop your magic circle. Let's roll over onto our belly. We're going to grab our ball first, and then we're going to work our lower back with hip extensions. So put the ball between your ankles, drop down, leg extension, we're doing leg extension, and drop your head down. And we're going to lift our legs up and down. Now remember, you still want life to the belly. You've got to lift the belly up towards the spine. Never block the belly. And let's do one more. We're going to hold the legs up. And now we're going to bend the knees, flex those feet, and we're going to go into our froggy. This is your butt work right here. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, hold that up just for a second and then lower down. You can drop your ball and sit back and rest for child's pose, but not for long because we've got to do our teaser with the magic circle. We're going to work some magic on our belly is what we're going to do. All right, let's come up, grab our magic circle. Now, when we do our teaser with the magic circle, you gotta focus. It's definitely more of a challenge with the magic circle. So heels together, and I've got Marsha right behind me who's doing the same exact thing with the single legs. So for those of you beginners, please watch her. Here we go, Steve. Inhale up, and exhale down. Let's do 3 more. Scoop out those abs. Focus, 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 focus. There it is. And exhale. forget to pull the belly to the spine the whole time. Pull it in now. Start to come up with that inhale. And exhale. Last one. Now make it a good one. Scoop out those abs. Here we go. Inhale, focus. Now here's the fun part. Let's just squeeze the magic circle 5 times. 5, 4, get that arm work. 3, 2, and 1. And undo that teaser. How was that, Steve? That was challenging, huh? Oh. Well, just pull your knees in your chest and rest for a second. Coming up, more resistance moves. I'll get those arms pumping. Moves, I'll get those arms pumping. Exhale. I just want you to really press down to get that last minute arm work. So inhale up, exhale over. Inhale up, exhale over. Inhale up, exhale and over. Good. Nice still lateral stretch for the waist. And now switch legs. Press the magic circle down with your underneath of your arm here. Inhale up, exhale over. Inhale up, lengthen and stretch. Again, inhale up and exhale. Very nice. Okay, it's seal time. So, you know what to do. You're going to dive into your legs. Scoochie your hiney up to the top of the mat and lift those legs and just clap your heels together and bark for me. Oh, you can do better than that, Masha. All right, chin on chest. Inhale back and exhale. Here we go. Inhale back. And again. 3 more. 2 more. And now we're going to come to a standing position all the way up. And very nice. Voila. Walk it back. Pick up your balls. And let's keep on going with our arm work. So I'm going to stand in my Pilates V. I'm going to lift up, zip up from the center. And my arms are going to go out to the front, and we're going to do some anterior delt work. Those muscles are your shoulders. So the deltoids, you've got a couple of muscles. This is the anterior one. And now we'll go to the side. And now this is your medial deltoid. So if you think about your shoulder muscle, it kind of takes up the whole shoulder. And let's do 2 more. Inhale up, exhale down. 1 more. Inhale up and exhale down. Now we're going to move right into our biceps. Those are the muscles at the front of the arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now bring those arms around. Drop those shoulders. More biceps. 1, 2, those are the Popeye muscles, and 3, 4, and 5. Bring those arms down, and you're going to shave your ear, and I'm just going to do a little side bend right here, and then bring the ball back, and shave the ear on the other side, a little side bend, and let's do it again, 1 more set, shave, and last one. Up. Oh, it just feels so good. And now for our upright row. So we're going to zip it up and down. Zip up and down. Zip up and down. 2 more. Now, don't forget to use your belly too. and down. Good. Now just open those legs so you're parallel position. Just so your toes are in line with your knees. I want you to sit back like you're sitting on a chair. That's to get the booty muscles, your quads, your hamstrings. And look down. And you're going to pull the arms all the way up off those shoulders. And now you're going to extend the arms behind you to work the muscles of the back of the arm. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Now stay here and just lengthen your arms right in front of your toes. Now remember earlier I was talking about the shoulder muscles and you've got 3 glutes here. This is your posterior deltoid. So it's up 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Good. Step together, roll it up, and stand on your toes, walk away with grace. Great job. Getting a leaner and stronger body is as easy as adding some resistance into your Pilates routine. Remember, it's not a race to the finish line, it's about having a healthy body. See you next time.